crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I'm coming to you with a project that I am trying to reverse engineer that I saw in one of my craft groups, and the card was posted by Bette M, and I wanted to try to recreate it. So basically what you do is you cut a die cut from one sheet, and then you put the die cut on the second sheet so the pattern blends in perfectly with that, so it gives it a really cool layered effect. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it best. This was the way that I had thought of, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of winging it today so we can be on this journey together. This paper is from the 49 and Market Color Swatch Lavender, which I just love. And so I cut two of the same pieces, the same sheets, and these are at 5.5 by 12. I left it as that because I didn't know where I wanted to trim. I'm going to use one of the sheets as my card base. So that's also why I left it as 12, because I didn't know if I was going to trim off on the bottom or the top or things like that. For the butterfly, I'm going to be using the Butterflies and Hearts die set from Hot Off the Press, and I'm just using the inside, like not the shadow layer, but the intricate one. And I did cut one out of just plain paper so that I could kind of see my placing and things. So this is the practice. And then I thought this super sweet hello from Birch Press Design would go perfectly with this because it's so small and cute. So we could do like this, and then like that was kind of my idea. I thought that fit perfectly. So we shall see how this goes. All right. So I'm trying to think of first steps. I think we need to make this into a card base first. So we need to know exactly where we want to cut from the other one. So let me look at my ruler. So this is 5.5, so we need to score at 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 would get us here. I'm just trying to look at the pattern and see what section of it I really like. I think I'm going to take, this is where it gets kind of, you know, tedious, I guess I'll say. So I'm just going to take off, and not use this trimmer. Make it easier on myself and use the trimmer that actually has the measurements on the other side over here. Alright, so I'm going to take off 1/2 inch. So then I'm actually going to do the same on here, so we're starting always at the same measurement. So we know what we're doing here. Okay. So now this is 11.5, and I need to get it to 11. So we'll take off the other half on the top. Actually, no. I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry. It needs to be 8.5, since we are going the other way. So we have the 5.5, and now we need to make it 8.5 and score at 4 1/4. Alright, that is more like it. Alright, so let me get out, and I didn't cut on this one because I really need to replace the blade on it, and it's getting the dull blade fuzzies. But I can use it for the scoring. Alright, that's better. We figured this out. Let me get the bone folder. And I really like to use the edge here just to line it up. Make sure we're straight. Okay, so we have our A2 landscape. Like, which way is this? Landscape card going this way, and we just used the scrapbook paper as the card base. So that makes it a little bit easier. This is really thick, good cardstock. This 49 Market. So. Okay, so we have this, and we have this, and actually we could just line this up. And try to get placement. I'm just trying to look on the side and make sure that I'm within the card base boundary there. Okay. So I think that's a good spot. Again, just double checking. Alright, so let me tape this into place right here so that I can run that through my die cut machine. And you can also look, like if you have a mat that has the grid on it, you can look and make sure you're not past the 4 1/4. Okay, and then also I think I'm going to do kind of an eclipse technique with the hello. So I'm going to put that where I want to cut that out of this paper. Okay, so I'm going to run that through my die cut machine and then I'll be right back. Alright, we have our pieces, and let's get this, try to get this put together. We have the beautiful butterfly, it's gorgeous, and I did cut the hello out, and I backed it with 2 layers of white to give it a little heft and also kind of do that eclipse look. I was thinking, and I don't know if this will work, because I don't know if I lined up all the layers right on this, but if I put this here, then I can use it as my guide of adhering this stuff. So hopefully, and let's see. Probably speed up the glowing a bit so you don't have to watch. Okay, I'm gonna try to stick it in the spot where it was die cut out. And we shall see, because I didn't have all the layers exactly perfect, so when we peel it off we may have an issue, but we'll see. The butterfly I'm actually just going to glue right in the middle, because I do want to fold up the wings. let's see if we can get this apart. It appears the cats are arguing again. Always a fun soundtrack at my house. Alright, so our butterfly is free. Well, that is good. Alright, I just gotta try to get this out. Aha! Alright, so it's kind of fun actually looking at it like that. You would, unless you knew, it might actually be a little tough to know that there's things on there. Especially the butterfly. The popped up hello you can see a little bit better, but alright. Look at how cool that looks. It's so hard to see through the camera because it blends exactly perfectly in. That's really cool. Oh my goodness. Alright. I think we have done what we needed to do here. So let's decorate the rest. I was thinking about putting the hero hues. These are the purple, translucent purples, for the pink fresh dewdrops iridescent down the middle there. I kind of like I think these pick up a lot of the colors in there, but I do like these purples with it too. But let's work on the inside first. Alright, so since I used the paper as the card base, you kind of already have a cool look going on in there. And on the back, excuse you, Pup-Up. Now my Pup-Up is sneezing. It's a good time tonight. But anyway, so I have the rub-ons. That's the matching lavender from the color swatch. And I thought we could put that there. I don't quite know if I'm going to stamp a sentiment yet or not, but I thought we could put the strip down here and then put the rub-on on here. So let's get this glued on. And this is actually the sliver that we cut off from the bottom there. So we can carry over the theme from the front to the inside. You can definitely see it like top down. That's cool. Alright, I'll just cut off the edge. Alright, so here's a brief tutorial if you've never used rub-ons before. Let me show you like a full sheet so you can see what it looks like. So they come like this, and there's a backer sheet, and you want to cut out the one that you want. And then after you do that, you peel off the back And I like to save this, and I'll show you why in a second. But this is a little bit sticky on the back, so you don't want to like put it down and pick it up. Once you put it down, you want to put it down. So you need to be kind of precise with where you want it. So in this case, I'm going to put it over here. Okay. And then a lot of the packaging will come with like a popsicle stick. I like to use either my bone folder, or I have this like ergonomic Teflon score or something. I forget the whole title of it. This is from Trinity Stamps. So basically you want to rub over the image to get it to stick to the paper. And I like using something with a smooth edge. I find sometimes other tools can be kind of pokey and leave lines in your cardstock. So this is a very smooth edge. This is a very smooth edge. And then you peel it up from the side and just go slow, and you can check and see, is it peeling cleanly? And if it's not, you can lay down the paper and go again. You just peel slow, slow, slow. Okay. And now that that's on, what I like to do is take the little sheet, and there's a shiny side and a dull side. And on the shiny side, I just kind of go over that to really burnish that in, and to make sure there's no like little edges sticking up or anything like that. Make sure we're good to go, and then you can throw that away. Alright, so now we have our inside. So that looks really cute. And I might stamp a sentiment, like I said, but I'm not sure. Not sure what this will be for yet. Actually, I'll put these on, but I might leave them off, because I kind of like the idea of the butterfly being a little incognito there. It's like a little surprise. I want the smaller one. They like to flip over quite a bit. Well, I guess the good thing about these is that they're not very noticeable either. So I think I'm gonna put them on. It's so hard to see where the top of the butterfly is. It's so funny. don't think they want it. I think I'm going to forego. I will take it as a sign from the universe. All right, here is our super cool, awesome pop-up butterfly card. And we did the Eclipse technique with the hello. And all you need are 2 pieces of exactly the same paper, and just cut one die cut from one and then layer that on the top, and it blends right in for a really cool effect. And then we have our inside of our card to carry that theme through to the inside. So I hope that you found some value in this video tutorial. If you could hit that subscribe button, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Come join me over on Facebook. I post videos, cards, any crafty sales I come across, and also join me over on my new blog. And I'll put the link below, but it's at egidesigns.com. Thanks so much for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And until next time, take care. Here are a couple more videos I thought you might like. Thanks so much for watching.